everyone, Helen here. Welcome to my Mousiemakes podcast. It's really, really nice that you've come to spend a little bit of time with me today. Today I'm going to be chatting a bit about gnomes, knitted gnomes, and a little bit about stop motion animation. It's one of my new projects that I'm kind of gradually trying to improve on. I'm going to share with you some more of the books that I have on my craft room bookshelves. And we'll just have a nice relaxing finish for a couple of minutes of piano and canal boat. The last few bits of my canal boat holiday that you haven't seen yet, if you've watched the previous 2 episodes. So, gnomes. Well, I have made a couple of new gnomes. Well, not new patterns, they're the same pattern that I've done with all the other ones that I've made. So hopefully you can see them here in a photo. But the exciting thing that I can show you now is the mystery gnome that I've been doing, the mystery gnome knit-along that's been run by Sarah Shearer of Imagined Landscapes. And yeah, so here she is. It was so exciting to do that knit-along, not having a picture of the gnome at the start, not having no idea what it was going to look like. Because if you've seen Sarah Shearer's patterns, you'll see she does all sorts of variations on the basic gnome. So yeah, I learnt some new techniques. This welt or fold at the bottom of the hat was quite tricky. I found that quite tricky. The first mystery bits were these little tiny bits that actually had to be sewn to the hat. It was very puzzling to knit a really, really long I-cord at the top of the hat. That was 45 centimetres. I did wonder what was going to be done with that. And I did think this was one of the options. You had to sew it around the hat in a spiral shape so that her hat kind of resembles an ice cream cone because she is an ice cream gnome. She is a gnome who loves ice creams, and if you see her here, she has a strawberry ice cream. It's just got a single scoop, not a double scoop like the free pattern that was put out. So, and I think I've done it exactly as the pattern, apart from the plaits or braids, whatever you call them. The actual pattern set was a cabled pattern to produce a sort of, the effect of plaiting. But in fact, I think I wasn't doing a very good job of it, and I decided to just do the alternative suggestion, which was just to plait the yarn. So that's good. So she is rather lovely. Now, I've been a bit busy the last week since I've spoken to you, because I had my nieces, Nell and Libby, come and stay with me. So it was at fairly short notice. I didn't get much notice of that. And then I'm still busy as I speak now, because we've got another fairly unplanned visitor and elderly relatives staying, so that's taking up quite a bit of my time as well. Anyway, Nell and Libby came to stay, and Nell in particular is a fan of Mousiemakes, so hello Nell and Libby if you're watching. And they were very interested in the mystery gnome, and when I said that you could post a photo of the finished gnome on Ravelry with the chance of winning a prize, they said, oh yeah, let's do that. So together we decided to set up a little scene in the woods, and we decided, because she's an ice cream gnome, we needed an ice cream stall. So we made this together, and they did little posters down here, which maybe I'm showing you a closer up photo of. And we went off to the woods with this ice cream gnome and lots of other gnomes as well, lots of the other gnomes that I've made. And we had such a lovely time. Well, Nell and Libby set up the scene. We decided we wanted the gnomes queuing at the ice cream shop, and then had fun just taking lots of photos. And we didn't lose, as I told you, I'd lost one of the little ice creams. We didn't lose it when I was with Nell and Libby. They were very careful not to lose it. It was just when I went out a second time with just that gnome, because I wanted some photos just of her, and suddenly it was gone, and well, both ice creams went missing, and I had to search the forest floor, and I only found the strawberry one. So never mind, I can always make another choc chip mint choc chip ice cream. So yeah, so that's the mystery gnome. So very exciting that that's now finished and revealed. So yeah, so next on to stop motion animation, and Nell and Libby decided they would like to make another, well, they'd like to make a gnome animation. They'd seen my previous efforts and they have got a little bit of experience of stop motion animation themselves, so we decided to do that. But just before I show you what they made, I think that there's a couple of my little animations that I've only shown on Instagram and not on my podcast, and I decided not to look through all of my previous podcasts to see if I had shown any of these, so sorry if you've already seen them. I don't think you have though. The first one was with the mice, and you may remember that I specially designed the mice with animating in mind, so I added extra features. Actually, at the time I forgot to mention that another of the special features is that they don't have legs, and I decided to do the base a bit like the gnomes, so they're filled with pellets, which means that there's a bit of movement, but you can lean the characters over and things like that. The features didn't work as well as I hoped though. It was actually quite tricky to turn the head, and the arms didn't bend quite in the way that I wanted, so I think I need to try again with that, because I think I need one long pipe cleaner going from the tip of one arm through the body to the other hand, because I couldn't make the arms go like that or like this. That's important if you want a bit of hugging going on. So I'm definitely going to try again with that. Although my lovely friend Mariam sent me a link to an excellent video of a lady who she crochets, but she had a really excellent video of how to have a turning head that wouldn't actually come out, it wouldn't come off the character. So that was really helpful. That's really given me a good idea. I'm going to redesign these mice and you know, yes, adapt my first attempt. So there's a tiny little mouse animation that I'm going to show you now, and I'm actually planning a longer mouse story, and the reason is one morning my husband showed me in a magazine a little bit of information about mice, saying that well, it was a children's page actually, and it said, did you know that male mice sing to the female mouse that they're attracted to? It's too high pitched for the human ear to hear. And that instantly made me think, oh, I wonder what a mouse love song would be like if you actually had it in, you know, in our kind of music. So I went off and wrote a little love song for a mouse, and I thought this would make a really nice video. I can do a video to match to what I've sung about in the song. So I haven't made that one yet, because the song is 40 seconds and my longest animation so far is 20 seconds. So I needed a bigger amount of time, and I'm going to postpone that till the new year because I'm rather busy with Christmas preparations at the moment. But anyway, I am going to show you, this is my first attempt at an introduction to the mouse story. So let's just watch that now. So it was not by no means perfect, and but you will see that I learned a new technique in that, which was to add a little moving picture, a GIF image they're called, to this scene, the little hearts. And I haven't quite positioned them correctly on both occasions that I used it, but yeah, that's something new. And then the other even shorter animation that I've made that I don't think I've shown you on my podcast was just with the gnomes, and it's a little snippet of the story of the gnomes and the pine cones that I'm busy writing at the moment. And this is just the point where the gnomes come upon the first pine cone and it turns into the pine cone pixie called Pop. And again, I added just sound effects to this one, and again, moving pictures, GIF images to this one. So here is this little animation. And then finally to the animation that Nell and Libby made. So they set up the scene, and I just did the tapping on the camera to take each frame. They did all of the moving about, and we decided on just a tiny little story where a gnome was doing a high jump. And the only bad thing about this is that the end is chopped off. We did end with the gnomes having a hug, and for no apparent reason that I can discover, excuse me, the very end is chopped off, so you don't see the hug. So I'm really sorry. I just could not find a way of my video editing software to not chop off those last, I don't know, it must have been 4 or 5 frames on the end. So anyway, so here it is with not quite the ending. Right, I'm going to share some of my craft books with you now. I have in 3 previous episodes shown you some of my books, and I know lots of you have enjoyed having a little flip through my books. So I'm going to do that again. Here we go. All right then, here is a lovely book by Debbie Bliss, Knits to Give, 13 Knitted Gift Ideas. This is a book that I have made quite a lot of things from. I like the arrangement of the chapters there, so it gives you a good idea of, you know, where to find something that you might want. And yes, I'll try very hard not to show actual patterns, but just pictures. This is one of the things I made lots of, and it's a great stash buster. You just you know, reuse some old tins or containers and cover them with the knitting. And yeah, so a nice plant pot there. Oh, these nice placemats, and make a nice gift. And lovely, simple but effective hot water bottle cover. I think one of my favourite things out of here has been these fingerless gloves, so which used Debbie Bliss baby cashmerino for those, and I've made lots of pairs of those. So yeah, that's it. Knits to Give. Next, another Debbie Bliss book, The Knitter's Year. So just patterns arranged as you might expect, as things suitable for different times of the year. And again, just a real variety. Lovely stocking there. Yeah, that's rather nice, isn't it? I knitted a stocking last year, but not that one. Christmas tree decorations. Oh, another hot water bottle cover. Yeah, so I really like that book, and I have used it quite a lot. And my third Debbie Bliss book that I have, again, these are just things for in the home. This has some different kind of chapter titles: Pamper, Cocoon, Detox and Indulge. So lovely. Yeah, but as you might expect, all sorts of things for the home. There we have, and things to wear as well, actually. Shrug, small and large, even a knitted storage file there. Look nice, wouldn't it, in the craft room? So yeah, really lovely. I'm very fond of Debbie Bliss patterns. Another one, Itty Bitty Toys by Susan Anderson. She's quite well known, isn't she? Making toys, and I have made lots of things out of here. They're all knitted in the round, and it was this was the first book that I used when I was learning to knit in the round quite a few years ago. And yes, I made a few of these. I made this Santa a couple of times, and this mouse, and I made this teddy as well. Yeah, okay, and this fruit. Yeah, very nice book of toys, toy patterns. And this is one I have shown you before in a previous podcast. Teeny Tiny Mochi Mochi. I love this book. Yes, this I have definitely shown you before, because I showed you all of my gnomes, and I showed you my little tiny gnome calendar that I made once. Just filled with tiny little things that you wouldn't expect to knit, like a record player, a mailbox, and all sorts of funny things. Aeroplane, but they're all tiny. And then more usual things like little people, little characters and animals and things. There is the gnome. I think lots and lots of people have made those gnomes. They're very, very fiddly to start, to get the legs on these tiny people. Oh, yeah, tiny humanoids here. And not a knitting book now, just a book of felt patterns, things to do with felt, but lots of really simple, pretty straightforward things. It has the templates for everything in here. I made some of those. Oh, those coasters, lovely. Really nice. I did make some once to give as gifts. Tea cozy. Hot water bottle cover. Oh, isn't that nice? I'd forgotten that was in here. A bird's mobile there. Some bats there. And then some Christmas decorations. That's nice, isn't it? On some little tiny embroidery hoops. And a gingerbread cookie garland. Some embroidered little mini mitten ornaments. Yeah, and then you get these templates at the end. It really is. If you like making things from felt, that's got a really nice selection of patterns in there. Oh, more hot water bottle covers, but a book devoted to hot water bottle covers. So let's just see. I don't need to flick through the whole thing, I think, because we've got a picture of some of them. So yeah, all levels of difficulty in here, I would say. Yeah, oh, that's a nice one. They're all lovely. Yeah, there's quite a lot in here. It's a knitted finger puppets book, which I have used and made gifts. Well, I've either made gifts for small children, or in fact when I was teaching in school, I used some of these patterns to make finger puppets for stories and rhymes that we would do. There's ever such a lot in here. So if you need finger puppet patterns, this is the place to come. And they're all sorted out according to different categories. So yeah, nice little patterns there. Here's a history book, really. Knitting for Tommy. All about sort of the campaign to do lots of knitting in the World Wars. And yeah, a really very, very interesting book if you like the history of knitting, and specifically, actually it's Great War, not both World Wars. The First World War. Lovely little book, that. And then here's a very useful little book, not just socks, because if you've got a lot of sock yarn in stock and you don't actually want to make more socks at some point, then there's lots of suggestions here of different things you can make. So some nice patterns in there. I think I've made the gloves out of there at least. So that's that one. I'm going to try and go a bit quicker because I'm spending ages over this. I'm going to make the podcast really long. Yeah, again, one of my favourite things to do is make small things, and this is a really lovely book related to the sea, and it's quite nice. It's got crochet things and knitted things all in the same book, and yeah, nice little patterns, easy to follow. Another book of tiny things. Again, got knitting and crochet in it, and I've made ever such a lot of these things. And you know, it's got just about any flower or leaf in it that you might ever want. So really useful book. Here's a book that I bought last time I was at Yarndale, Gem Western book, and I think I bought it specifically for one pattern, and which I've made. I can't remember which one it was now. Which one was it? But there are some lovely patterns in there. Blanket, cushions, some cute hedgehogs, more cushions, cabled cushions. Yeah, so yeah, nice little book. Definitely shown you this one before. This was the first book that Sue Stratford brought out with her bird patterns in it. And actually she's since brought out an updated version which has got more birds in it. But this was the one that she produced via crowdfunding, and so she put everybody's names in the back who'd donated. So my name is there somewhere. I should have highlighted it, shouldn't I? Anyway, so I helped to bring that book about. And here we have more mini things, mini amigurumi. So this is a crochet book. Lots of lovely little tiny things. Oh, look at that. And so you won't be surprised to know that I have made a few things out of here. Oh. Cookie there. A little bee. It's just nice having all of these things in one book. You can always find them online, but sometimes it's nice just to look through the book. Got it. Nice book of knitted and crocheted slippers. So again, I think it's got quite a useful. Yeah, you can see some of the slippers there. Yeah, and then it's got pictures of all of them at the front there. So good choice if you want to make some slippers. Oh, this looks like a free gift with a magazine, I think. Lots of nice little Christmassy things. Don't think I actually made anything from it, but I might use it, who knows. Yeah, nice book here. Now, I have to say I haven't knitted anything from here, but I really want to. It's just not something I've quite got around to. Ah, dear. Yes. Oh, look at him. They're lovely. Really, really nice. William Wallace. Who else have we got? Robert Burns. Oh, I must make some of these. Oh, look, he's even got a little book there. Bonnie Prince Charlie. Yeah. And who's that? Who do you think that is? Is it Billy Connolly? Yeah. Billy Connolly and Banana Boots. So that's really lovely. And I think they've got a Loch Ness Monster in it. A Scotch pie. You might not know what that is. A bottle of whiskey. So it's even got, you see, it's even got foods in it. Oh, brilliant. Knitted bagpipes. Sheep. Found a lot of in Scotland. Highland cattle. Little Scottish terrier. Oh yeah, there's the Loch Ness Monster. So great book that, for a bit of fun. Oh, here's another one in the 20 to make series. So it's a whole load of knitted bears, which I like. I like this bear pattern. It's really nice. It's nice and easy and quick. I'm going to try and speed up now because I've been doing this for absolutely ages. Whoops. And Sarah Hatton knits vintage inspired projects. I have made one or two things here. It hasn't got many patterns in it, but a lovely cardigan there. What have I made from here? I think I bought it for one specific pattern. And yeah, that scarf. Can't see where it is. Oh, it was this one that I made. Made this for my sister. I've got little beads down the front. Very pretty. Yeah, nice little selection there. Some crocheted birds, which was free with a magazine, Crochet Now magazine maybe. And I'm going to have to speed up. Then I've got my John Arbon Textiles annuals, issues 1 and 2, which I'll not go through now. I'm trying to be quicker. I've got 2 Star Wars crochet books because we have 1 or 2 Star Wars fans in my family, so I have made quite a few of these. I also made some as rewards for 1 or 2 of my piano pupils a while ago who were keen on Star Wars. That was a bit of an incentive making them those. Really nice little book. I haven't had this one very long. Let's Go Camping. So crochet. You can make all the accessories for, for these little figures for a camping holiday. Lovely things in there. Oh, look what I've opened it up on. A narrow boat. Oh, maybe I need to make one of those. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love the photos too, because it's the kind of photos I like taking, making little settings. Little boat there. I think there's an ice cream van. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing this properly, am I? And then this little caravan. Look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. I really, really want to make something from there. Oh, this is a nice book. Just 20 granny square projects. So if you're in the mood for a granny square, this is rather a nice one. And you don't have to make blankets with them either. It's not a blanket, although there's a blanket on the front. There's lots of smaller projects. Look at this little notebook cover with just tiny little granny squares. You can see that. Yeah, so lots of a stool cover there. So I've made one of these. I'm gradually covering all of the stools and things in my house with crochet. Right, and here's another felt book, and these are all animals. And rather cute little animals. They look rather nice. I think I've made 1 or 2 things from here. Nice and simple. So this would be suitable for children as well. And we've got all of the templates at the back. This is the kind of thing I like doing with my nieces now. Oops, look in my camera. Right, nearly finished. Another felt book. So again, more things to make from felt, but maybe in more unusual ways. So yeah, making things with felt balls. Yeah, so not just animals and things, just all sorts of accessories. So, this is the Shetland Wool Adventures journal, which this is just volume 1. Actually, I haven't bought volume 2 because I haven't properly looked through this. So I decided to myself I wouldn't even buy volume 2 until I'd read this. But it's a combination of patterns and history articles and nature. Really, really, really nice book. But I'm not going to buy any more until I've actually read that one. Book just showing you how to sew your own felt advent calendar. And although I haven't actually made the advent calendar, I have made a few of the little things that go in it and used them as Christmas decorations. And not quite finally, nearly finally, second last one. Colours of Shetland. I saw this when we were in the Shetlands last year and thought that I had to have that one. And just love the colour combinations here. And hope that I will make something from here. Don't think I have yet though. But I love lots of the things in there. Really, really nice. Kate Davies patterns are lovely. And then a book. Oh, this is very new to me. I think I just got this last Christmas. Perspectives, it's called, by Julie Rutter and Emily Williams. Again, it's lots of colour work. Highlands inspired patterns. Cowl there. Shawls and cowls, mittens. So really nice. Yeah, so lovely book, and I will definitely be making something from there. Gosh, that took a while to go through all of those books, but I hope you enjoyed having a little look. And I'm just going to finish off with a very short video of some of the video that I took on my recent narrowboat holiday, which I haven't shown you yet, or most of them I haven't shown you. I've kind of put together a little collection of videos that I took of reflections, because I think that's one of the things that first strikes me anyway when I'm on a canal, is because it's not a river and flowing along, there are lots and lots of really still patches of water where you see beautiful reflections. So I'm going to show you lots of reflections, and you might see a few ducks and geese along the way as well. Okay, so here we go, just relax. Well, it's definitely time for me to go now. So thank you. If you watched right through from the beginning to here, thank you ever so much. Thank you to everybody who's continued to make comments, or if you're new and you've just been making comments. It's really, really lovely to hear from you. I love to know where you are in the world as well. It's really good. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will be back again next week. So until then, take care of yourself, keep busy, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.